What we're hearing here in the 24th verse of chapter 32 is Jacob was left alone, and there wrestled a man with him until the breaking of the day. Some say that this man was an angel. The Bible says a man. But he has a supernatural presence to him. That this wrestling that Jacob has with this man is not just because Jacob wants to prepare to fight Esau. That this man coming forth and wrestling with Jacob is it's a spiritual wrestling. In many spiritual systems, they call forth these spirits and they bind them. They call them forward and they command them to stay and to give their name and to do all these different things outside of what they would normally wish to do. King Solomon did it a lot. When we look at all the grimoires and the Goetic books, we hear of this philosophy of binding spirits. King Solomon was binding demons. Jacob here is binding an angel. Jacob is doing exactly as Esau would do. I told you, they're the same. Esau will go upon you and take your stuff, friend. He was strong. It was nothing to him. Jacob was the same way. Jacob will come upon you and intellectually get after you, outsmart you. But now we see Jacob showing another side of himself. He's still standing in his intellectual prowess because he's chosen a battle that's worthy of a heightened reward. He's not fighting just to be fighting for petty, indifferent nonsense. He's fighting a battle with an angel that can garner him a result that will give him a victory, a spiritual victory. He's using his intellectual prowess to decide which battles to fight. And he's using his physicality to be able to bind this angel to make him tap out and give him what he wants. But he only gets to this place when he has gone the distance with being understanding. Jacob is at the point now, he's saying, I don't understood everybody. I have played the role. I have done the deed. I have been gracious. I've been understanding. I have been taken advantage of. I've been used. I've been tricked. I've been manipulated. I've been disregarded. I've been disrespected. I've been all of it. And I did it all with a smile. I'm done with that. And I'm not going back to that. If you're going to meet me, you're going to meet me in my progression forward. And you're going to have to reintroduce yourself to me in my forward progression, because I'm no longer in that. That was never me anyway. That was a projection that was cast upon me so I could fit into that environment and that they would be made to feel okay by way of their decisions in fitting me into their stuff. But that was never me. Nobody ever asked me what I wanted. They didn't care. They just wanted me there to fulfill their need and make it so that it worked for them. But now that God has told me to move forward from that, I've learned enough of that. I'm moving forward from Esau. I'm moving forward from Laban. And if I got to wrestle with this man to get me to my tomorrow, then I'm going to have to do it. I can use my intellect, my knowing of myself. I can use my knowing of God, what I've garnered thus far. And I can use my knowledge of what I know of the spiritual realm to wrestle with this angel. Because it's too uncomfortable for me to go back there. I can't do it. It was never for me. That was never me. And I'd rather take my chances with wrestling with this angel than to ever go back to that.